Why, hello everybody, and welcome to Misscliks D&D Seaborn. How are all of you guys doing today?
I'm so glad Jen's back!
Yay!
So, like, from a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
I'm like 11, Jen.
Oh
my god.
Yes!
Yeah. I did. I missed you and I missed Dark Albert.
Dark Albert does bring the darkness.
I was thinking, we have done these character recaps a couple times, which is always nice, but I was thinking maybe we should do like an in-depth character reintroduction and kind of talk a little bit about like the motivations of each character too, because we've had like a lot of shakeups and maybe some new people coming in. So, and I think it would help me even, like, I realized as I was thinking about Dark Albert, I know that he like wants power and is kind of evil, but other than that, I don't really know that much about him. So I was thinking we could simulate the like sitting in a tavern talking about ourselves thing before we get started. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Let's do it. Why don't we start with Anna, since it was your suggestion? Give us an in-depth review of Meribel.
Okay. So Meribel has had a very weird upbringing, and being that she is half human and half Minotaur, she's never really felt part of any family or group. As a kid, she was almost immediately recruited as like a kind of a curiosity. So she was kind of like a noble person's pet that became like a super trained warrior bodyguard. She was never really shown much like love or had connections with people because people were basically just scared of her, or like not really clear how to act around her, until she was a guard for this lord whose name I'm blanking on because I'm really tired today. But anyway, she met this sage who worked for him, who like took an interest in her and started teaching her art, like how to draw and like how to have feelings and how to like appreciate beauty. And so she like just started to kind of understand that part of herself and find that she had any desires in life other than just to be a bodyguard as she had been told. And then she walked in on this noble person like beating this sage to death. She had no idea why or what was happening, but she just, without thinking, stepped in and beheaded the guy she was supposed to be bodyguarding. And obviously nobody really liked that because, hired bodyguards shouldn't murder the people they're supposed to guard for various reasons. So she went on the run, and she was just kind of on the search for somewhere where she could be herself and just not be bothered by anybody else. And other than that, she kind of is just like in this fog of like not knowing who she is or what she wants. Other than that, she's very driven by logic. She doesn't really understand like metaphor or human like, weirdnesses, but she started to like see that she could not only be herself, but like maybe have power. And she likes the idea of like being in charge, but she also has very, very little willpower. So if someone tells her what to do, because she's grown up being told what to do, she almost always will just like by instinct do that thing. So that's why she's become kind of this first mate, because on the one hand, she's like, I want to be in charge. But then as soon as someone comes in who seems to have more authority than her, she's like, oh yeah, whatever your idea is probably better than mine. So, she's basically just a walking tank. She has like tons and tons of weapons to the point where she's like almost encumbered by these weapons, but she's like 7 feet tall, weighs 330 pounds, and is kind of just looking for like someone to be a real friend again so that she can let her guard down. But in the meantime, she feels like the best way to protect herself is to kind of have a power structure or establish herself as someone important.
Very cool. Bruno, who are you?
Now, Bruno's the cool, chill dude of the party. He's the party guy. He's a bard, and he's a human, and he plays the bongos. And he's we started off on an island, and Bruno was basically a dock worker / merchant / entertainer over there. Over time, adventuring with these guys, he's developed his own skills and become a powerful magician, one to surpass even Dark Albert. He's kind of...
Hey, whoa.
Hey, he's had a few adventures while Albert's been knocked unconscious, and developed a few awesome spells.
I
His
really
flashy
think
nature leads him to build up these spells and make them seem more awesome than they possibly are, even though they are really awesome. And while Albert's been gone, he's had the chance to shine as the de facto spellcaster.
damn, that's gonna
He's a
bring lot of
portly,
attention.
jolly guy, and his trademark laugh is
What does he
going to
want?
be famous around the world. What he wants is, well, he was fighting for the island of the entire town where he was living. Right now, since we're on a deserted island, looks like the goal is to
Spoilers.
get off. Although we also learned that the island is in no danger, so now he's just embracing his bardic adventuring. Now perhaps he has Albert's kind of rubbed off on him. I think he wants to be a wizard to rival Albert.
Mm.
Okay. Trellis, who are you and what makes you tick?
Well, we don't know much about my backstory yet, so I'm not going to spoil everything. But I am a human ranger, so I carry a bow, a nice, big, awesome bow, and some daggers and a sapara and all that cool stuff. I am really good with the bow when my rolls want to be good. And let's see, what about me? I'm 5'9". I'm pretty basic human looking. I do have silver hair, silvery blue eyes, so I have kind of elvish qualities a little bit, even though I'm not an elf, I'm human. When I ran into everybody, I was very skeptical of them. I'm just a very skeptical person. I keep more to myself. I am trustworthy of those who deserve it. So if you're a good person, I'll be the one to protect you. But if you're evil in any kind of way or try to like hurt others, then right off.
And what is your rank on the hypothetical ship that you guys do not have?
Oh yes, and I am captain of the ship because the old captain was a punk.
Yeah, you missed out, Jen.
We kind of took over because he was a wussy. So we had to take over so that way we got somewhere and could protect you or come save you. You know, because he didn't care. He was ready to just let you go.
Jen has been trying to become captain of something since the beginning of this campaign.
I have been captain. Excuse me.
Speaking
I have been captain of the ship.
Speaking of, Albert, why don't you explain who you are and what makes you tick?
All right. So, to be very honest, I've been a little bit rusty because it's been a month. So I have to rediscover my character with you, so bear with me. Basically, my character is Dark Albert the Elf. He's a dark elf, wizard thief. He's slightly more evil than the rest of the party. I think he really doesn't have much of a moral barometer, I guess. Like, I guess he even enjoys a little bit of, like, sadistic action, if that makes sense. Like, killing a child will not be an issue for Albert if killing that child benefits him in any way or is not gonna get him in trouble. Because, like, he's not dumb, so he's not gonna, like, go do stupid things. But, like, if there's no consequences to his actions, I'm pretty sure he might have some fun doing evil things. He seeks power. He seeks a respect, but more of the fear type of respect than the like deep "I love you, I care about you" respect. Like, he wants people to really respect him and be scared of him. He's 6 foot tall. He's a guy. He has long black hair, black eyes. He's about 40 years old in human age, which is 328 elvish years. So he's, I guess, he's the elder of the group.
Yes.
Fun fact. He has really low perception of 6, which is manifested by the fact that he only has one eye on the left, and he wears you know that, Neil.
I seem to have forgotten that Albert only has one eye.
One
I
eye,
totally forgot that too, I'm not gonna lie.
Slash scar with red eye patch, nose slightly damaged.
Okay.
On my character sheet. You can enjoy having fun with my eye blindedness from now on.
Where does he come from? Why did he turn out evil like that?
So basically, once upon a time, he was captured in a war. As he was a child, he was put onto a pirate ship as a slave rower. He spent decades on that ship until one day he managed to escape because I guess he was smart and sneaky. He is very smart and very sneaky. He's a wizard thief. After that, he came back to the shore to the elven people. They did not believe that he was a slave and thought that he was actually a pirate. So they sentenced him for a life in prison, which he escaped after 150 years, which explains why he's so old, so bitter, and is not that great in combat for his age. After that, he spent his life as a navigator of a pirate ship, raiding coastal villages, loving every moment of it. He loves raiding villages. He has no shame in doing evil things. His crew, I'm doing the full storyline, but yeah. His crew kicked him out of the ship one day because he was really into magic and it weirded out everybody. And he was kind of greedy, so one day he just took a spell book for himself without asking anyone, and he got kicked off the ship. So on the island where we started off, I had kind of a bad reputation. I was kind of the weird one, not that nice. But I had a really good bond with Algrind, who is unfortunately not there anymore. So I guess I'm even more bitter now and alone. Yeah, I'm not very nice to be around. I'm fearless, not reckless, and I read a lot. So my aspiration, I guess, is to become a fearsome pirate with a crew that respects him and kind of fears me. I want freedom, adventure, battle. That's pretty much it.
All right. So why don't we start with Albert? You wake up. You are in the deck of a ship, but the ship is not moving and it is slightly tilted on its side. It's kind of cockeyed. Around you are Bruno, Meribel, this weird ranger that you've never seen before in your life, and 5 other humans. Oh, and Saffron. The rest of the party, you all know where you are.
So, like, Neil, just to make sure, between the moment where I left off, where we had like the electric field and stuff like that, we were going back to the island.
That is the last thing you remember.
Okay.
Yep. So you don't have to catch up on anything. It'll all be news to Albert. But you wake up, and all your friends, well, some of your friends are standing around you, and some weird people.
How do I feel? Am I feeling sick? Am I feeling good? Am I tired?
You are at full HP, and your head hurts badly.
How long has it been since we rescued Dark Albert, Neil?
This is the next morning.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I wake up and I'm like flat, lying on the ground of the ship with like the sun shining in my face.
No, you're all below the main deck. You're like in the hull, and the ship is kind of cockeyed, and you can hear the sound of birds chirping.
Mean?
Not level, but
okay, we're like slightly slanted.
Yeah.
Okay, and I wake up with those people around me. I don't recognize the ship.
No, nope.
Okay, I've never seen this ship.
Yeah, and this ship looks like it's had seen better days. There's a crack in the hull here. There's a board missing. There's some sand in it. It looks like everything's been jumbled around and tossed about. Nothing's in the right place. It looks like a shipwreck.
And it's not the ship that we were in when we crossed the field, right?
Nope. Different ship.
I say, Dark Albert, I am glad that you are awake. We rescued you.
And then I'm like, so did the field change the ship or something, or?
You don't remember anything since then?
What do you mean you don't remember anything? What
It's been approximately, how long has it been, Neil?
Couple of weeks, week or
It has
two.
been weeks.
Oh, what a shame, Albert. What a shame. It appears that during the time that you were asleep, old Bruno has got the jump on you in terms of wizarding ability.
Do not jump on Dark Albert. Dark Albert has just regained consciousness. Please do not jump on him.
Yes,
Is
also,
this
I
like
think I
a-
would be a little too heavy for him. Good catch.
Is this like a bad joke or something? Like, if that is the case, it's not very fun.
I look at her weirdly, like I don't understand this question. For what reason would I joke? You have been missing. We rescued you
Where from?
from the lizard men.
The lizard man?
You don't remember anything that happened to you?
Well, did I seem like I was conscious?
Well, no, but
Saffron.
how did you become unconscious? You don't know?
Saffron speaks up and says he never regained consciousness the entire time we were with the, captives.
Well,
Alright,
in
so
that
it does
case,
seem like I missed something here. So can anyone catch me up on things? Because this is
it is very simple. Do not worry, I will catch you up. This is Captain Trellis. Trellis is the captain of our crew. I am first mate. You were captured and we could not find you, so we looked and we found you among the lizard men, whom we vanquished. Also, there was a pyramid where we were looking for a ship, but there were some ice dragons that chased us out.
And you know what, Albert? I decided that we need a powerful wizard like you to defeat these ice dragons. And by the way, Albert, these people are captain of this pathetic ship, but I hear that inside the temple is a much better ship to captain.
I beg to differ that we are captain and first mate of this crew, not of this ship. And therefore, if we were to find said ship, that ship would also be under our command.
Agreed.
The last news I had, I was captain of the ship when we were on our original island. Therefore, I don't see why I wouldn't be captain the next time around. I mean,
Because this is
I
a
am
new
the elder here.
You
and
guys,
elders have the most knowledge of the sea. I have the most knowledge of the sea. I'm ready to help you guys.
all the other crew
well-
members shift very uncomfortably and put their hands on whatever weapons are nearby, having seen this debate happen before.
Don't worry, crew. Stand down. It's all right. Dark Albert is confused, having been unconscious for the last few weeks. Dark Albert, unfortunately, your crew was decimated and is no longer alive after the storm. So you're welcome to join our crew if you so choose.
Malcolm speaks up and says, Captain, you want me to bash his head in for you?
No, not at all. We did not spend this time rescuing him to bash anybody's head in. There will be no head bashing. I turn to Albert and just say, I understand you were captain once, but unfortunately, like Meribel said, your crew is gone. You have been gone for quite some time. You were unconscious, and we took the time to go out and save you. So you are welcome to join the crew as a crewman.
Thanks for saving me. Where's my crew?
They are no longer here anymore. A lot of people have, let's just say, they did not make it this far,
Are
unfortunately.
they dead?
Did you lose them? Is not a captain supposed to know where
I
their
don't
crew
know.
is?
Apparently, I've been unconscious for a week.
Then they probably were eaten by lizard men.
Huh. All
This is
right.
unfortunate.
I guess I'll have to find myself another crew. Meanwhile, I guess I can be part of yours, but I don't feel like I can be a simple seaman.
Well, I don't think you are a simple person, as it was told that you are very, very powerful. However, you will not be a captain.
Not as powerful as I.
Right, Bungo. Can't wait to see your spell book.
You'll have more than a simple task to do, of course. We have much adventure ahead of us, so we will need somebody like you.
I mean, I guess I can help you guys navigate or something like that. I'm not really into rowing.
Navigator Albert it is then.
Guess that's be alright. I can read books. I don't know if
This
you
is a
guys know
valuable
how to
skill.
read, but I certainly know how to read.
I do
Well,
not.
We have a pyramid to go into, and there are quite some heavy creatures in there. So it would be good for you to read and be prepared. I hope you have some. I hope you do a little bit more than some people around here.
Ooh.
Suddenly,
As I look to
Albert.
Bruno.
Oh, Neil, does Dark Albert notice the slight attack on Bruno?
I don't know how he could miss it.
Okay. At this point, Dark Albert looks at Trellis with a good corner smile, I think we're gonna get along just fine here.
Since we are waiting to heal and be ready and study up for this pyramid, and since there does seem to be some debate about who is the greatest wizard, perhaps we should settle this with a duel of wizards.
Interesting.
I just look inquisitive at this.
I know that
Kind of amused.
when it
Let's,
comes to matters of honor, it is always best to test one's might instead of talk.
Oh, that's very
We're
true.
here.
There are two things that might be a bit against that, though. And I kind of showcase my leg, which is still kind of half bitten off. And it looks like it's kind of healing a bit, but it looks seriously wounded and seems like a serious disadvantage in a fight.
I mean, what if we tell each other that we cannot hurt each other? This is just a fight of wizardry.
A feat of magic, if you will.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm
So
game for
no
that.
offensive spells can be used in this duel.
Got it. Nothing that will hurt the other permanently. Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
that is correct. Let me come back in a minute.
Neil, so we're all this has only been a day, so we're not our HP isn't good
Nope.
or anything like
Your
that.
HP is just where you left it.
Oh, and also we forgot to do the leveling.
Oh, yeah, let's level everyone up. That's a great point. So, who leveled up last session?
Me!
And Bruno? Or was it Trellis?
I can't level. I'm too far.
Was it just Anna who leveled?
Yeah, I thought I was
Yay!
gonna level, but
All right. Anna, roll us that D10 plus, what is your constitution? 17?
18.
Oh my god. All right, give me a D10 plus 4 for your HP, please.
It's gonna take me a second. Sorry.
You're not
Just
in roll
saying.
20, are you?
I wasn't in roll 20.
Oh!
I am sorry. Fail.
Oh.
And I always forget my password too. There we go.
Maybe
Ooh,
we
first
can
try.
maybe we can get Trump in roll 22. There he is.
Sneaking in. All right. So D10 plus my con score.
Plus your con modifier. Your
Mod.
HP modifier.
HP adjust. Okay.
Yeah.
D10 plus 4. Come on, big money.
Oh. Wah, wah, wah.
oh,
But luckily, you have 18 con, so your worst roll is an average roll for a normal fighter.
Still.
That's
There
more
was so
HP
much
than Jen
protection.
can possibly gain on a single.
Guys!
She's a wizard. I'm the only tank.
Wizard thief! Wizard thief!
All right. Well, fine. And then anything else that I update now?
You get a +1 to hit with all your weapons.
Nice.
And what level are you now?
5.
Ooh, you get new saving throws.
Ooh.
Let me know when you're ready for them.
I am ready.
They go from top to bottom. 11, 13, 12,
Oh. 12. Okay.
13,
13,
and spell should be 14.
14. Cool. Anything else? Proficiencies?
You get new proficiencies next level.
Oh.
I think that's it.
Okay. Thanks, Neil. Do you
You're
know what my next level up is?
I will look it up for us. Fighters hit level 6 at 32,000 experience. I can speak words.
Okay, thank you. All good.
All right. So what do you guys want to do now?
Well, we were going to have this battle of wizardry.
Yeah.
And also, we need to heal up. The crew needs to be in tip-top shape, and we need to do some research before we go back to the pyramid, which should be our next priority. But while we rest, it would be good to have some entertainment and settle this disagreement. So I think we'll be here for a couple weeks, if my math is correct. But in the meantime, we can have this this diversion.
By a couple of weeks, you mean a few days, right?
Well, to heal up, we're going to need quite a few days.
Yeah.
How many? I'm down like half, but that's not that much.
I'm down to 6 HP, and Captain should be in tip-top shape before we go.
To give perspective, I have 5 out of 47 HP right now.
So you need 42. Okay, that's gonna take about
actually,
2
I
weeks.
just-
Right.
Neil, should I get a adjust to the HP I have remaining since I got a base adjust? It's like negligible though.
Yeah, take 1 to your remaining.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. I'm sorry. There are 3 sailors around you. I forgot the others died. It's just Simon, Alan, and Malcolm.
Oh, rip.
Small crew.
You know, that's not much of a crew. I was unconscious when you guys chose the captain, and so was Albert.
I look over at Bruno. Do you really want to have this discussion right now?
Made the captain mad.
And I
Well,
give you like the look of death because you know why.
well,
I give a look to Bruno that's like, good point, man.
You make a good point, Captain. But just you wait and see as I unleash my magical powers upon Albert. Let me know when you're ready, Albert. I'll just be playing the bongos because I'm fearless.
So I'm gonna need how many days to heal?
So if you've got a trained healer around, and you have a trained herbalist. So if you do nothing but rest, just like nap on the beach all day pretty much, you can get 3 hit points per day. But that means that's like you are bedridden. If you want to do other things, move about, go for a stroll, do anything at all, really, you can heal at 2 HP per day.
So
Meribel, how about that laying on the beach time for us?
I think I shall lay and watch the wizarding tournament that will unfold over the next 10 or so days at least.
And I shall join you.
I make myself a little sand chair.
And I sit right next to her.
Yeah, and I say, proceed. We shall be the judge of your wizarding prowess.
And
Aren't you forgetting that last time I single-handedly took down 4 of those lizardmen? How many did you take down?
Me?
Yes.
I'm not forgetting this. I am simply saying you should test your might against Dark Albert.
Oh, I guess no, not you. Trellis.
I look over to you. I'm sorry, it's very clouded by all the times that we had to save your butt. Proceed forward already.
Oh, well, that
And
was
I
when I
brush
was
you
using
off.
Albert's spellbook, you see.
Oh, are you saying you used my spell book while I was unconscious?
No, you still have yours, but I had to rewrite your spells into another book.
So you took my spell book as I was sleeping and
No, you still have it. Just
you copied
from
my
my memory.
spell.
I remember these spells, you see.
So did you take all from my spell book?
No, just the ones I remember.
You do know that this is intimate knowledge, correct?
Ooh.
I hardly think
wizard
that the
spell
spells
book
that
is
you are
there.
capable of casting are
A
that
wizard-
intimate.
I whisper over to Meribel as they're talking, and I'm like, you didn't tell me they didn't get along very well.
A wizard's spellbook is a wizard's most prized possession because, as you know, the only thing that doesn't get used by time is knowledge. Knowledge is power.
I thought you were the head of the book club. Wouldn't you agree that writing down more words for the pursuit of knowledge is a good thing?
Yes.
That is exactly what I did.
Let's not quibble about who wrote whose spells. Let us see a display of might.
Wait. I will forgive you if you allow me to look into your spellbook.
Of course, Albert, of course. It would only be fair to. Plus, you are a powerful wizard. What would I do by denying you access to this spellbook?
I guess we are friends. Interesting.
I ship it.
So, I guess we're gonna get into this challenge. So where are we gonna do the challenge?
Also, Jen, you will need some time to rememorize spells. It takes 10 minutes per spell level to memorize new spells. And you're going to need to write down the new spells that you've learned in a spell book, which will take time as well.
You mean like for the new spells when I look from Bruno's book?
The two that you just learned, Cat's Grace and whatever the other one is, you'll need to write them back down in your book, which you have on hand.
But like all the spells I already had are like...
You still have your book, right. You have all your stuff.
We're talking about the future spells and the 2 new ones?
The 2 new ones that you just learned, you'll have to write down in a book.
Okay. So like, Albert wakes up and he's like, I had a revelation about 2 new spells.
Kind of. Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. Like, give me a couple of minutes. I need to get my ideas together. I just woke up.
Yeah. So, you guys, Albert writes down spells. Other people go up and go outside. You had gathered some food before. Food for a lot of people, but now, since your crew is so diminished in numbers, you have enough food for the remaining population for at least a few days. The sun is out. The storm has passed. And on the beach up by the edge of the trees, you see the lizard man king, or at least who you assumed was the king. You know, that big, tall, really scary looking lizard man that you guys brought down. His body is draped over a tree branch that kind of juts out over the beach.
For what reason is this dead lizard man here? I wonder. Do you suppose it is bait?
Isn't that obvious? We put it there in order to keep the other lizards out.
You put it there?
I didn't, but I have to assume that the brilliant crew did. Good job, crew. I shout over at the crew.
What does Malcolm and Steve and
Simon, Malcolm, and Alan.
What do Alan, Malcolm, and Simon say about that?
They look warily at it. Alan hops down, pulls out his belaying pin, and slowly starts walking towards the thing, keeping his eyes on the sand, and then calls back once he gets within 30 feet. I don't see any tracks. Must have been there all night. The storm washed away the prints.
Well, I cannot move from this sand chair, as I am the warrior and I must take the hits in the future. So, and I just shrug. Lay back.
I kind of shrug. Well, we took down that guy, so we should be able to take down any more like it. Albert, are you ready for our duel so we can pointlessly waste your spells at each other while there's a looming threat?
You're muted, Jen. Or you just need to turn up your volume a lot.
Come back, Jen. Now you're muted.
Hello?
Hello?
No.
There you
go.
Jen, come back. Can't hear you.
Dark Albert is still studying. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I say, Malcolm, do you notice anything about the body?
Well, It looks like the tail's been cut off. Yeah, it's been hacked off all the way. I can see the big stump at the base of it.
Wait, where did you find this body?
It's just hanging over that tree branch. I'm going to go see if I can bring it down, he says. Ellen goes over, scales the tree, pushes the body off. It kind of slumps in a big heap and takes his time dragging it over to you in your sand chair.
I know something about lizards and tails and growing back. Do you suppose this applies to lizard men after they are dead?
I would think they'd have to be alive for them to grow a tail back, but I don't know much about the creatures on this island. I wouldn't put it past it to be something funky.
Did I cut its tail off?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I think
But
I
it's
would've-
possible.
Where is the lizard that we buried?
I don't know, but
he's-
perhaps
He's on the beach. He's dead. He drowned in the high surf.
Okay.
we should also bury this one.
All right, go ahead, men. You should bury this, just like the other.
Malcolm rolls his eyes and said, I had a brother like you. Always watching and overseeing the work, called himself a manager, didn't do anything.
I'm sorry. How many lizard men have you killed? And I
Here,
give him
Malcolm.
a look.
Malcolm, let me
He
give you a
Gets to
hand.
digging.
I'll give you a hand. I go ahead and, do the right thing and help
I'm
out.
appreciative.
I say, Malcolm, next time we're in a fight, would you like to take all the hits? If so, I will do the digging and you can do the resting.
And I smirk.
He
as I
says
look
nothing
over.
and just digs, taking the
I smile at Trellis. I'm kind of like I'm digging that we're like being badass together.
And I just smirk back. I love it.
And
Feeling pretty queen-like over here.
about this wizard battle,
Oh yes, and I look over to the wizards as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't help it that Albert's speechless at the amount of knowledge I've gained.
did you cast a silence spell on Dark Albert as the first move of the tournament? I
Would that
applaud.
win me the? Would that
Well
win me the?
played. Well played.
All right. Well, why don't we go to our first break a little bit early, and we'll see you guys in 5 to 8 minutes. Probably closer to 5, but we'll see you guys pretty soon. Bye-bye, everyone.